Good evening, my name is Chachala. This I want us to look at what I spoke about the last time, credential assessment for internationally educated nurses, IENs. Okay, so we are saying that if you are an internationally educated nurse, it is important that you pay attention to this. Okay, so if you are an internationally educated nurse planning to come to Canada, you will need to undergo credential assessment to determine the equivalent of your education and qualifications to Canadian standard. The credential assessment process is an important step in obtaining licensure and practicing as a nurse in Canada. It's very, very important. So you cannot practice nursing in Canada without your credential assessment. Once you are a foreign trained nurse, you need that credential assessment. You see, they do this to evaluate your your qualifications, okay, and then compare it with that of Canada's nursing education standard or schooling. Then they will see if there is a gap in it or there's no gap. Then you move to the next stage. Okay, so those of us who are trying to apply to the British Columbia vacancies, I told you last time, please do everything possible to get your evaluations done by the agencies. All right, and I know that we have several agencies, like I spoke about the last time. We have the West, that's the World Education Service. That's the World Education Service. I spoke about that. The World Education Service, I spoke about that. So it's very important that you pay attention to that. So we also have NNAS. We also have the NNAS, that is the National Nursing Assessment Service or Services, NNAS. Okay. Then we have National Credential Assessment Service, ACAS. ACAS, that's International Credential Assessment Service, ACAS. And I think that's what the British Columbia Nursing Board is using currently, even though they accept other assessment from other people, but they use this. If you go to ACAS website, you see that if your report, if you want something for British Columbia, you see the British Columbia name there. So it's important you take note of that. Okay, then they have different ones. We have the ICES, that's the BCIT, International Credential Evaluation Service, ICES. So these are all some of the credential assessment agencies that we have working for Canada. Okay, now when we talk about the NNAS, I've been posting about NNAS. There's a new update about for NNAS. Okay, now initially when you apply for NNAS, sometimes like a whole year, your report is not even ready. Their page will expire within a year. So sometimes the page will expire while they've not even finished your report, your credentials, then you have to pay again. Okay, but the good news now is that they are saying that if you submit all your documents to NNAS to them, within 5 business days, they will be able to generate a report for you that you can share with your nursing board. Yes, it's very amazing, but don't be too excited. Okay, don't be too excited about this. But what is happening is that it's not affecting other provinces. Okay, they went into agreement with only 4 provinces. The provinces are Manitoba, Prince Edward Island, Saskatchewan, and a New Brunswick Nursing Board. So if you are going to apply to nursing board, to any of these 4 nursing board, and you apply to NNAS, within a week, 5 days, they'll be done. Within 5 days, they'll be done. Another beautiful thing that they are saying is that they are saying that with just one application, they can assess you for either an RN or RPN. They can assess you without paying additional charges. And if you want to assess you for any other province within these 4, down to you're not going to pay anything. So they can assess you for Manitoba without paying extra fee, and they can assess you the same time for Saskatchewan without paying extra fee. Initially, what they were doing is that if you want to do any of these changes, if you want them to assess you for another province, you will pay. If you want them to assess you for another nursing group like RPN to RN, you will pay. So virtually everything we're doing for NNAS, we're paying. So the good news for these 4 provinces are that once you are going to any of these 4 provinces and you just key in for NNAS, NNAS will quickly fast track your thing within 5 business days. They are done. So I think that they've also now reduced the cost. Now they are charging 750 Canadian dollars. Yes, I mean 750 Canadian dollars. They've reduced it. I know that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money back home. 750 Canadian dollars is no mean a joke. It's a lot of money, but you need it. That's with the NNAS. So if you go through ACAS, I think ACAS for British Columbia nursing, if you are doing assessment there, that one is cheaper. They are paying, I think, for everything, I think it's about $160. It's less than $200 anyway. It's less than $200 as compared to the 500 and the 750 Canadian dollars that you have to pay for NNAS to expedite actions on those four provinces. So that's what I want you to take note. So that's the good news. Is a good news also a bad news? So depending on, it's not affecting other provinces that are working with NNAS. So if you are still looking at or eyeing Ontario, remember to still go through the normal process, because Ontario have not said anything that okay they want NNAS to produce something for them for a week. Okay, so that's just something that you have to be thinking about. So you have to know which of the provinces you want to work with, and you can tell it your application towards that, or teach your application towards this area, this province. If not, you are going to stay in for a very long time. Okay, yeah. So it's important that when you are going to do this thing, you try to research. You try to research to know whichever province that you want to work with, and then based on that, you know what you want to do. Okay. Yeah, with NNAS, always acts of English proficiency test. But with the NNAS and some of the provinces, once you are from English-speaking country, they waive off the English proficiency test. Okay, that's what I know with NNAS. Initially, they were taking the English proficiency test before they evaluate you, but now I think once you are from speaking country, or if your first language is English, maybe your education was done in English, teaching was done in English, and most of them try to waive off that side. But it also depends on the nursing board. Okay, if the nursing board is still requesting that you submit the English proficiency test, then it means that you have to submit the IELTS or TOEFL or Canadian English benchmark CBAM. You have to submit those things to them. But with those of us, my experience is that NNAS didn't ask for English proficiency. They waive it off. I'm sure, yeah, they waive it off. So that's what I'm sure other people too, they'll do the same thing. So please, let's deal with those issues, and then let's see which of the provinces that you are interested in, and you can put in your application through that means. Okay. So I think this is all I will say about the credential stuff. Just try to do a research and find out which of the nursing board you want to apply to, which of the agencies are they very comfortable with, but even though they accept all of them, but which of them are they more comfortable with, then you can go ahead and then deal with those ones. All right, and I think that will facilitate our movement. So it's very, very important. This is your step 1 to you leaving Ghana. You need this. Okay, so I'm saying that do this thing because it's important. So what I will say is that do this whilst you are still in your home country. That's the advice I will give based on my experience. Once you're in your home country, trigger the process now so that you can do that on your own. You can go out there to submit the document by yourself, than coming here and then trying to send someone to go out there to your former school, and the person will also be doing his or her own business, and the person might not have time to execute your activity for you, and your whole thing will be delaying. That's my experience. I came here before trying to ask somebody to do this for me, do that for me, and I have to rely on benevolence of others to do that for me. So for you not to fall into the same situation like I did, just go ahead and trigger the process once you are in Ghana. Do that on your own or by yourself, so that by the time you come here, everything is done. So okay, so that's what I will say about the credential assessment. So what will I say again? Yes, in my coming video, In my next video, I'll be dealing with healthcare assistant. I'll be providing some opportunities and some direction for healthcare assistant. And my midwife too, I'm working on something for you. So after the healthcare assistant, I'll be bringing up the session of the midwife. So please, the midwife, make you no vex, don't vex, just relax. I have something working out for you. Okay, thank you very much for spending part of your time with me to listen to me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel by name Chachala, or social media network. I use the same name Chachala on TikTok. Follow me on Facebook, Chachala. I do live video on Facebook. You can follow me there too. So that's some of the things that I want you to know of when it comes to credential assessment. Okay, it's very, very important. So please, let's do our best and trigger the process once we are in our home country. Okay, on that note, I say thank you very much and have a blessed day, a blessed evening. Bye-bye.